Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, James Bond, but without the guns.
Also, Arby's really does have the meats.
All that and more on the way next. Imagine James Bond, but without the guns. 8772 Radio U. This is exactly what users of Prime Video in the UK experienced to their great dismay the last day or two. Fortunately, I should point out, Amazon has already replaced the guns. The guns are back. But in all of the James Bond...
Not replaced, they've just returned back.
Returned,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've replaced them back where they were before. They in all of the thumbnails are like, you know, the poster images that you would see for any of the James Bond movies, which Amazon now like owns the rights to all of them. So they're all streaming on Prime Video. But for some odd reason that I don't think that they've admitted to yet, they photoshopped out guns from all of the James Bond movie posters.
So dumb without the guns in the
yeah,
photos.
so we do have for us, and we can share them with you if you'd like, at 8772 Radio U, some of the images that were being used to replace. And like, it's not like they made an entirely new movie poster, really.
They just edited it.
It's just, yeah. And so my favorite is A View to Kill with Roger Moore.
Why does his hands keep going?
First of all, he looks like he could just as easily be like a lawyer or like there's nothing about it that's like, this is James Bond.
Right.
And yeah, his arms just keep on going. They just keep on going out of the frame completely. He looks very gangly.
And then another great one is like the Dr. No one. Because it just looks like a really like random, you know, almost like an ad for clothing now because there's no gun, because the pose is so weird without the gun.
And the Pierce Brosnan one as well for GoldenEye. Yeah.
Yes, it's very odd looking when there's no gun.
Pierce Brosnan's hand too in GoldenEye is clearly like they've altered his hand entirely.
Right, like he clearly, the shape of his hand, like how the shape he has, he's supposed to be holding a gun. Same with the shape that Sean Connery has in Dr. No, like there's supposed to be a gun there. Like it has the little hole.
Now, it's very confusing why they decided to do this. I mean, you have to assume it's just like to try to kind of, you know, soften James Bond a little bit for whatever reason, to appeal to users that may be, I don't know, triggered by violence. But I mean, boy, would they be shocked when they actually click on the movie.
I was going to say, maybe that's a little, you know, dishonest on Amazon's part. People should know that when they tune into a 007 film, a James Bond film, that there's going to be guns, there's going to be violence.
Yeah.
Literally, the logo of 007, the 7 is a gun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't have James Bond without guns.
No.
I guess if I'm being very charitable, and I'm sure this is what they're thinking, we don't want people that aren't going to watch James Bond, but just are scrolling through to accidentally see a gun.
To get triggered by a gun?
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to put that image in their faces if they're not going to watch the movie anyways. But then it's like, why are you suggesting the James Bond movies, and why did you spend millions upon millions of dollars
to acquire
to
them
get the rights?
if you don't appreciate them?
Yeah, right. If you don't want, I mean, we could agree there's certain things that shouldn't just be in an image out of a poster on that you could happen to scroll past on a streaming site. But just a gun not even being fired with one individual holding it,
right?
I don't think that really qualifies.
Yeah, this shouldn't be triggering. James Bond, we all know it's fictional. It's a spy flick. It's gonna have violence. It's gonna have guns. Like, just get over it.
Like you said, it's in the logo. This is mostly in the UK, but some people have noticed that even in some certain images, it's less obvious. But it's also been, some of the images in the United States have also been tampered with.
Yes, I see an image here of Daniel Craig where obviously in the movie he's holding up a little gun, but the image they use, it's like his hand's been completely removed from his body.
Yeah, they really put too much work into this.
Yeah, it's over the top for something that doesn't need to be, You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why are you hiring people to work on this? That's my thought process.
Or was it?
Is you spent dollars.
And it looks so dumb that did they just like have some like I wonder if there's even other movies that where this was the case that we just didn't pick up on because the images aren't as iconic.
Yeah.
But where there's just like they have some program that's just like, okay, remove all sensitive material, remove all guns from.
You're probably right.
Poster.
That's probably exactly
that had to be what it was.
Yeah, that has to be.
It was dumb. The world's largest cruise ship is being built as we speak in Finland. 8772 Radio U. This is cool. Royal Caribbean working on what they call well, they just launched the Legend of the Seas, right?
Yes.
And so that's already the world's largest cruise ship, but they're already working on a replacement for that.
Well, not a replacement, but just they have a class of ships called Icon of the Seas.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of these already. They're working on the 4th, and each of them, I think, have all broken the record for the largest cruise ship ever. And so they're just continuing to move up. They're setting the standard for themselves.
Yeah, but this thing is crazy big.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it has its own zip code. I mean, like, this thing is so big when it goes to the movies, it takes up 7 rows.
I think it'd take up the whole theater and more.
It's so big. When it goes to the beach, it's the only one that gets a tan.
This feels like a Yo Mama joke.
Yeah, it's so big. Its shadow weighs 42
Okay,
pounds.
Let's stop.
Why?
This is taking me back to like middle school right now.
This is a really big ship. These are all accurate statements.
The ship is bigger than a 40-pound shadow.
When it sits around the house, it really sits around the house. It's crazy that they just keep building bigger and bigger. How many times bigger is this than the Titanic, which we all know how that went? This this is like many times over bigger than the Titanic.
Yes, it's a lot bigger than the Titanic, but also that was over 100 years ago.
But that's what, like, when you think of big ships, you think the Titanic.
Do I think that?
I mean, when you describe something large, sometimes you would say Titanic.
Okay, yeah.
That's how big the Titanic was. But now we need to replace that with, this is a Legends of the Seas game.
Yeah.
Because it really is huge.
Yeah, Legend of the Seas is their most recent of this Icon class that they have, this Icon of the Seas class. And so I don't know, they haven't revealed the name yet for what this one will be. But they all have like the name of the sea thing. So they'll probably stick with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something of the seas. We should start working on that.
I don't know. I mean, Legend is a pretty cool name.
How can you top Legend?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else is left.
Boss
of the sea.
Yeah, that'd
it's
be
just
cool.
Bruce Springsteen. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be fun to see what they end up coming out with. I was looking into this though when I was reading this story. There is some type of draw when you like look at these ships. It's like, oh, I'm kind of tempted to go on a cruise now. I've never been a cruise person, but I've also never been on a cruise. But I like my vacations kind of more secluded, not around a whole bunch of people. And anytime I talk to people that are on cruises, they're like, yeah, we had a fun time, but there was just too many people doing all the things we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so the more I think about like largest ship ever, I think of all the people on the ship and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good.
Yeah. And then you see all the stories about how, like, basically on a cruise ship, once one person gets sick, it seems like everybody
gets sick.
Especially when it's norovirus, which literally is...
Did that happen on a Royal Caribbean ship?
I'm sure it has at some point. I know I was just reading that, like, they're, yet again, this cruise season
more
experiencing...
viruses.
Yeah, viruses. Like currently people on ships, I think, are going through norovirus as we speak. I just wonder too, like they say the ship weighs 2,100 tons, which is kind of unfathomable to me. How long would it how do they fill these boats up? Or no, I also it beat the old ship by 2,100 tons.
Say, it definitely weighs more than
250,000 tons, which is even more unfathomable. But like, how long would it take you to just walk around the ship? Like, how do they get so many people all to make ship, like one tour of this ship even viable?
That's what I don't get.
I feel like there'd be so many empty rooms.
It says here that in 2024, Royal Caribbean generated $16.48 billion in revenue. That's a $2.58 billion increase from the previous year. So we don't have the numbers for this year. Mm-hmm. But clearly it's working. And so the reason they keep building these ships and making them bigger is because there seems to be a continued market to go on cruises and make a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And I mean,
maybe it's
Royal
the all-inclusive
Caribbean
thing.
Yeah, I think Royal Caribbean's the all-inclusive, and also they have the largest water parks on their ships. So that's a big draw.
It's going to just keep getting bigger. Do you notice how we put down our phones on the desk in unison right before we had to talk?
I know. Here's the thing. Okay, I need to explain this. So I feel like I need to defend myself when it comes to the phone stuff.
Nobody's accusing you of anything.
I know, but like me and my cousins, we text back and forth throughout the entire show because we talk about all the topics that we talk about here on Radio U. They listen every day, and so they text me their thoughts and opinions.
And then if they text your phone instead of 8772 Radio U, then they can share their thoughts about me, and it's private.
No, it's just easier for us to text one another because then we all see it because it's three of us, so we all see it.
Got it.
Yeah.
You got to get the group chat going. Okay,
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, nobody was accusing you of anything.
Okay, well,
I had my phone too.
I just thought I would share the reason why I was, on my phone.
I feel like you're feeling guilty.
I know, but
I think you have a guilty conscience.
I don't feel guilty, but I just want to explain, what it is.
Nobody asked you to explain.
I like to be able to put that out there also because, I think it's a fun little quirk about me.
Okay.
With my cousins.
Yeah.
I like to hear their opinions.
I just didn't think, anybody listening wasn't judging you for having your phone
No,
up.
I know no one's judging me.
We all have our phones up all the time.
No one can actually see me other than you.
I know, and I wasn't judging you either.
Well,
I have my phone, and then we put it down right at the same time in a harmony.
Which I don't know if that happens all the time.
No, I don't think it does.
But it definitely did happen this time.
Yeah, it was perfectly, and obviously it wasn't intentional, it wasn't planned. We just both happened to, during the last song, be holding our phones, and then perfectly synced up.
We dropped
it on, and it made the same noise because it's the same desk. But
I always put mine face down because, again, my cousins, we'd be texting.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be distracted while we're actually talking.
I don't want to be distracted.
Yeah, what if your cousin said something really funny and you just started laughing?
Oh, they always do. They do. I've actually thought about, and we've mentioned this to each other, maybe having a What the Cousins Think segment here at Radio U Mornings.
You could just read their text.
Exactly.
Especially if they texted 8772 Radio U, like everyone else has to do.
Sometimes they do. But again, we like having the group chat.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, the point was there wasn't one.
Well, did you have someone you were texting on your phone? What were you doing on your phone?
I don't have to share everything I do on my phone. It's my phone.
I mean, this is just how the break was going, so I thought we'd just continue that, talking about what we were doing on the phone.
If you must know, I was texting Mrs. Hudson. Okay. She's up this early.
All right. Yeah.
She's not the only person I talk to.
I wasn't saying that.
It could have been somebody else.
I asked you who you were texting.
But when it's something related to the show, I instruct people. I say text 8772 Radio U.
Did you tell Mrs. Hudson to do that?
It wasn't related to the show.
Okay.
She's not listening. She hears enough of me all the rest of the day. More than enough, for some might even say. When you think of Long John Silver's, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Pirates.
Okay.
I think guess. Long John Silver.
Yeah. Okay. When you think of the fast food chain Long John Silver's, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Bad.
Also accurate.
Oh, I'm sorry, Long John Silver's. It's not my favorite thing.
When you think of fast food chain I'm not going to stop until I get the answer I'm hoping for.
Fish. Okay, fish.
Wrong.
What?
Long John Silver's is not about fish. Not according to their new logo. 8772 Radio U, possibly learning nothing from Cracker Barrel. Long John Silver's has just unveiled a brand new logo, and it doesn't feature any fish at all. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, it's just the words.
Yeah,
Long
or
John
like
Silver's?
something maybe like piratey or something like you mentioned. But
Yeah.
no. It instead features a chicken.
What?
A stylized but like realistic chicken. Not like even like the food you're picturing, but like a live chicken.
Yeah.
And it's like a chicken, and then it says Long John Silver's, and then it says chicken plus seafood, and this is their new logo.
Since when?
I don't know.
When did they start serving chicken?
I feel like they may have always served chicken in addition to seafood.
Wow.
I'm sure. And so if you're just learning this, then the logo's doing its job in a way.
Wow.
But
it does say here that some of the restaurant's earlier menus featured mini chicken drumsticks referred to as peg legs.
I love that.
That's adorable.
Yeah, that's good. I was going to say, it's been a long time since I've been to Long John Silver's.
Same.
Even longer than since I've been to Cracker Barrel. But I'm confident that they did not only have fish.
Yeah.
There was other, and I wouldn't have guessed burger, so chicken makes sense.
And here's the thing, guys. It's not that I'm saying it's bad because I don't like fish. I like fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's anytime I've seen a Long John Silver's, it looks like a place you don't want to go to.
Long John Silver's.
It looks run down.
That a lot of times they're either they seem to be in disrepair. They're in a neighborhood you probably don't want to go to. They are combined with another restaurant because the Long John Silver's can't stand on its own two peg legs. And so, yeah, I just feel like and when I've gone to Long John Silver's, oftentimes it's just not very good.
Yeah.
Fish or otherwise, it's just a gamble. And usually you wind up losing. Yeah. And so the problem with Long John Silver's is not that we didn't know they had chicken.
Yeah.
It's that we want it to be decent and it's not.
Yeah.
That's not the experience we're getting. And can I also point out too, this logo, whatever, like they don't have to have a fish in the logo.
No.
But a couple reasons why you might want to. One, it sets you apart.
Yep.
There's so many chicken restaurants.
100%.
And so if you can be the one, like really what other fast food restaurant always has fish on the menu? Some like Arby's and McDonald's, I guess, do, but they don't really highlight that.
No.
And otherwise during Lent, they'll bring up fish. But for the most part, like Long John Silver's is the seafood fast food chain.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to show how you're different than everywhere else. But also, I feel like we don't want to see the live version of the food that we're eating sometimes. I think chicken applies where, yes, we like eating chicken, but I don't know that we always want to be reminded of what the live version of the chicken looks like while we're eating a chicken.
Exactly, which is why the Chick-fil-A marketing works so well because they showcase the cow because it's like the cow's encouraging you to eat at Chick-fil-A because it's like, save me by eating the chicken.
Right. There's something particular about chicken. I don't know. I guess there are more, especially barbecue restaurants that always seem to have a cartoon pig.
Yeah.
For some reason that works, but maybe that's because it's a cartoon. I'm not saying across the board, but I'm just saying, and obviously Red Lobster has a lot, but I'm just saying, I don't know that seeing a picture of a chicken
makes me want to eat a
makes
chicken.
me want to go to Long John Silver's and eat their chicken.
Well,
I'm concerned that that is the chicken I may be getting.
Oh, really?
That they won't, because I don't trust them.
To me, it just confuses me because I'm like, well, what are you about now?
Yeah, what happened to the fish?
Exactly.
A bunch of people just did something amazing in Denver, Colorado over the weekend. 8772 Radio U. They completed the Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon.
Whoa.
This is a marathon. It's not a 5K, it's a 50K. 31 miles, basically.
Whew.
But that's not all. You also have to stop at 10 Taco Bells. The running route is designed for you to stop at 10 Taco Bells. You have to eat at 9 of them. You get a break at 1.
Oh.
You have your choice wherever along the way you want that. You have to eat at 9 Taco Bells. Along the way, you have to eat at least a Chalupa or Crunchwrap Supreme and a Burrito Supreme or Nachos Bel Grande. Other than that, I think you get to just eat whatever you want at Taco Bell.
Okay.
And then you're also encouraged to load up on Baja Blast.
While you run that amount of distance, 31 miles?
And keep in mind, also, this is in Denver, so high elevation.
Whew.
On top of running over 31 miles and eating 9 Taco Bell menu items.
If you traveled there to do this, you were cooked from the beginning.
Yeah.
Traveling to high elevation and then trying to run there is not going to go well for you. But then also adding in that you have to stop and eat Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can't imagine the absolute stress placed on your digestive system as you're trying to run this.
Yeah, I love my favorite video because obviously it says over 1,200 people signed up to run this past weekend.
Wow.
1,200 people tried it.
How many people actually finished? Does it say that?
I don't know, but I do know that the rate of completion, or the DNF, did not finish rate, was not surprisingly, but like shockingly high.
Well, yeah,
that people weren't able to complete
I would imagine it would be very high because a lot of people probably struggle to finish it because usually you're not eating that much or those type of foods when you're, running a marathon, let alone an ultra marathon.
Yeah. So a lot of people did not make it, but a lot of people did. I did see one video of a woman running with a group, and she not only made it, she had a smile on her face the whole time. She did
looked
pretty
like
well.
She was having a fun time.
My favorite video though is the woman who was running, and she goes, "You're not allowed to vomit or you're disqualified." I just threw up in my mouth and I had to swallow it so that I could finish the race.
No.
Although who's tracking you like the entire time?
Right.
Whose job is that?
Who's actually watching you?
You go the whole 31 miles watching all these runners, making sure none of them throw up. Like you probably could have gotten away with it.
That is disgusting. Disgusting, and exactly why I would never do something like this.
That does it. You're never running the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon.
No, I mean, I was never going to run it to begin with because it's in Denver, Colorado. But yeah, no thank you. I'm not doing that.
I also like the video of the guy funneling a Baja Blast. And in the, what are those shorts called? With that classic like 90s design, the teal and purple. There's a word for it.
Oh, I don't know, but
yeah,
that
something
is like
jazz.
that's the
is
old
it blue
design.
Jazz or something?
Maybe that's the old design that was on the Taco Bell cups and inside the Taco
that's
Bell
right.
restaurant
that
on
used
the
to be
walls.
Everywhere.
Yeah, on the walls, on the tables, on the chairs. It was on everything.
This is. I mean, I think
I like those shorts.
Yeah, this is. I'm impressed. I'm honestly impressed.
Same.
Anybody, and I think we talked about Mount Everest earlier.
I was just gonna bring it up.
This is way better than that.
But still similar with Mount Everest, but not as bad. Mm-hmm. Why would you put yourself through this?
This is. You could tell people that you did this, and they'd actually be impressed. And it's a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper.
Definitely cheaper. Well, over the weekend, a huge upset happened in college football. We talked about it yesterday. That was Penn State losing to an 0-4 UCLA team that just seemed so inadequate to do anything this year. They hadn't led at one point in any of their games.
Yeah.
And against some pretty bad competition, in all honesty, but somehow they pull off the mega upset against Penn State. And I listened to a podcast yesterday. Somebody was describing it because, Penn State was having a comeback. They were trying to mount a comeback against UCLA, which just sounds insane to say, but they were trying to come back in that game. But he described it this way, and I was like, this is such an interesting analogy. He said, comebacks are like puzzles. When you're trying to come back in a game, it's like you need the puzzle pieces to all fit together to make it happen. And what kept happening to Penn State was it's like they had a little brother while they were trying to solve the puzzle that would come and steal a piece and run away with it in the other room.
Yeah.
How can you solve this comeback? How can you solve this puzzle if the pieces are getting stolen? And it kind of made me think, that's how life feels sometimes. When you're down and out in life, it can feel like you have a puzzle in front of you that you're trying to solve, but suddenly it's like somebody comes over and they steal a piece away and you can't solve the puzzle because the pieces are gone. And it's like, what do I do now?
It's so true. This is one of those things that like, I think when you're growing up, you're like, as soon as I hit whatever age, it's not like it's a specific age, but like when I'm an adult and I have a job and whatever, like then everything will be so easy.
Right.
Like, and then once you grow up, sometimes you're like, well, once I actually hit this point in my career or have this thing, like everything will be sorted out.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's like a puzzle where once you get something in place, something else, another piece always seems to fall, drop off the table or get taken away or something.
Right. Like suddenly it just feels like there's just another thing that's going wrong, another piece that's missing, and it's just not quite right. You can't put it all together. But let me tell you who can. That is Jesus. Let me introduce you to who Jesus is. Jesus is not only the missing puzzle pieces, he is the puzzle. He's what you're trying to solve, what you're trying to fix. Because often you'll describe a feeling in life, and that is like that feeling of wanting more, wanting something else. That's because we are actually made in the image of God. And so we want a relationship with him. We need a relationship with Jesus to feel that fulfillment in life. And so that puzzle piece that you're missing, that's Jesus. In fact, that entire puzzle that you're trying to solve in life, that's your relationship with God. And so if you want to know more about that, you can actually head over to radiou.com/free gift. It's a great place to start. And, if you're feeling that feeling of, I need that missing puzzle piece. I need to solve this puzzle because my life is a mess right now. Understand that Jesus is that missing puzzle piece.
Yeah. You can put so much of the puzzle together, but if you don't have Jesus, it's still like something's always going to be missing.
Right.
You're always going to be left wanting more. Find out for that about a relationship with Jesus for yourself. You can do it right now. Say, hey, God, I need you in my life. RadioU.com/free gift to find out more. While other fast food restaurants are playing chess, Arby's is playing checkers. They've just completely rethought what we consider nuggets.
Did you mean to do that the other way around?
What do you mean?
Like, isn't it more impressive to play chess than checkers?
Not to me. 8772 Radio U. Arby's has unveiled a first of its kind menu item. When you think nuggets, you think chicken. Everybody does.
Yep.
But what if Arby's could serve up steak nuggets?
Oh my goodness.
What's the only way to make nuggets better? Make them with a better kind of meat. Steak instead of chicken.
This is blowing my mind.
It's real.
I can't believe that this is real, but I am so excited about this. I love steak. I love it so much.
Yeah, steak is amazing.
It's the best thing. Anytime I can go to a restaurant and order steak, I want to. Unfortunately, it's expensive, and so I can't always order steak when I want to, but I do love it.
Well, now, hopefully this won't be too expensive. It's Arby's.
Arby's.
It's not the bottom of the barrel for cheap fast food. It's not the same as ordering at McDonald's or Wendy's. You're already going to be paying a little bit of a fast food premium.
Yeah.
And this is steak, so probably even more so. But it may just honestly be worth it. Now, they do have 3 different ways that you can enjoy the Arby's steak nuggets.
Okay.
One is the traditional sense of how you would eat nuggets. Like literally you either get 5 or 9 count of chopped up steak bites. And that's served with hickory barbecue sauce. Or you could get a steak nugget sandwich.
A steak nugget sandwich. A steak sandwich.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which sounds so good too. I was like, I can't wait to do this food fight. And I feel like in the spirit, maybe we can get both. In the spirit of steak nuggets, it feels like we have to just get the nugget and just eat the nugget like it would be a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
But the sandwich sounds so good though.
I was going to say, I feel like you definitely want the sandwich.
I do want the sandwich.
I want the nuggets. So let's just do both.
Let's do one of each.
Yep.
And we can split it. The steak nugget sandwich is the steak nuggets with Havarti cheese, crispy onions, tangy pickles, and mayo. And then obviously that's in a sandwich form. They also have steak nugget bowls with a bed of creamy white cheddar mac and cheese topped with steak nuggets and crispy onions.
Can I change my answer to wanting that? That sounds amazing.
We might have to get some of everything.
Oh no, this might be the most expensive food fight we've ever done.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, I think it'll be up there. But this is going to be, I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this. So I think we're going to have to make some things happen.
Yep.
And have try the whole Arby's steak nugget menu later on the show this week.
I'm literally salivating right now and my stomach is growling. That's how much I want this steak right now.
I know. It's and you
making me hungry.
I do feel in a way, this is no offense to Arby's, but like it's a fast food restaurant version of steak. it can't really be as good as we hope it is, right?
But the Chipotle steak, I think, is pretty good.
True.
I always
Chipotle's
get
pretty
that
good.
on I get the steak bowl, and I always like those, So if they can at least live up to that, then I think this will be pretty good.
I have a good attitude about it. I just know what can happen when we get our expectations out of control. And I'm not saying this is going to be bad.
You're so right.
I'm just saying think of it as fast food steak and not like steak.
Right. Don't think of it like you're going to an actual steak house.
Right. This isn't even, it's not even going to be Texas Roadhouse, which is my favorite restaurant, but it's exciting.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.